Welcome back to the Slightlee Daily Podcast. This is episode something. I think like maybe 117 is what I'm going to go with. I don't even know. So I did have COVID last week. So I guess that's what I'm going to lead off with is my boring experience with COVID. And that's why I haven't recorded or released anything. Kombucha. It is kind of kombucha. It's liquid IV. It's got ginger and matcha. A little matcha action. Okay, so today is Thursday. Let's see. When did I start feeling sick? So last Tuesday, I started feeling a little wonky. I woke up. I was off of work on Monday. I woke up Tuesday, and I felt a little weird. I went back to work after being off for a little bit. And I didn't feel sick. I just felt very sore. And I'm on my feet all day at work. I deliver for Amazon. I'm jogging and running and stuff. And then I was like, what's up, Cheeto? Shout out Black Cheeto. So woke up Tuesday. I felt a little more tired than normal. But what I thought it was me being off of work for like an extended period of time because we were supposed to go to Bonnaroo. We didn't end up going to Bonnaroo. Blah, blah, blah. We were out and about. So that's why I got COVID. But was off Monday, rested all day because I knew that was going to be. I appreciate y'all checking in. I was off that Monday. And then I woke up Tuesday for work. And I felt a little sore in my legs and in my back. As the day progressed, I started to feel a little worse, but like COVID didn't even like cross my mind, like literally. So I finished my day around 6 or 6:30. I got home around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and I started to feel just drained, like very tired. And no energy. I ate a meal. I even had a beer that night, like whenever I got home. And then right as me and Mylena were starting to go to bed, I started to feel a little weird. And then I was like, okay, I haven't had COVID yet. But I don't know. It started to creep into my mind like Tuesday night. So this is like the first day that I'm probably having symptoms if I was to ask if my doctor was to ask me when was the first day you had symptoms, it would probably be that Tuesday. So Tuesday, and then I'm supposed to work Wednesday, and then I have that Thursday off. So I go to sleep and I wake up at like 3 a.m. And if you know what the flu is like, you wake up in the middle of the night and you have the flu. I woke up sweating, pain. Like it's not soreness anymore. Like it's pain in my body. Like excruciating. My muscles are just like contracting. My back is sore as fuck. And I have a fever now. I've developed a fever. And you just know when you have a fever. So I'm like, all right. I'm just like, okay, let me go take some vitamins now. Let me go take some ibuprofen, and I'm going to try and go to sleep and make it to work Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'll have the day off. Wednesday goes earlier in the morning. I woke up around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning feeling like straight garbage. And I'm in bed with Mylena. And 4 o'clock or so, I drift in and out of sleep until about 6:30. And by this point, I'm sick. I'm full on just sick. And I'm just trying to like just power through it and just get through the day because I know that I have the day off the next day. Myleena's like, you need to just call out of work. And I don't ever call out of work either. And this was like such an unfortunate situation because I had just taken off multiple days because of Bonnaroo, which we didn't end up going. But we still took off work and did stuff. And this is, like I just said, this is probably how I got COVID. But so I call out of work. And thank God I did because honestly, that Wednesday was the worst I felt. It was really kind of a peak climax, and then everything sort of got better as the days went on. Like there wasn't really like much of a plateau. It was like, okay, you're sick, and then like don't get me wrong, like I was still sick the day after, but Wednesday I call out of work. I called my mom and my Lena because my Lena is at work at this point, and I'm just like, look, I think I need to go get a COVID test. Thank God I wasn't at my grandparents or anything that, day or 2-3 days beforehand, because that would have been bad news because, I was probably carrying it. So let's say Tuesday I started showing symptoms. I was probably carrying it Sunday, or Monday, even the day before. So I'm running around town trying to find a damn COVID test, and it's very hard to do for some reason. You have to go through it should not be that hard to find a COVID test, but it's 9. I remember I scheduled an appointment for 9 a.m. at Kroger to get a test and a rapid test because I needed to I needed to know, and I wanted to tell my boss and all that jazz. But I scheduled an appointment at 9 a.m. at Kroger, right down the street from me. I muster up all the strength I have. It literally takes everything in me to just get out of bed, climb to my car, and then drive 2 minutes down the road to Kroger. I walk in. I scheduled a fucking antibody test by accident. Like, it took everything in me to go on my phone. I don't have a headache, but I'm just drained. Like 0% energy. Nothing. I have nothing in the gas tank. I'm exhausted. I'm taking these vitamins. I threw it up. It's like worst case scenario. I get to Kroger, mask on because I know I'm like 75% sure that I am COVID positive. But I get there. I scheduled the wrong fucking test. I go back home and I just get back in bed. And that's all I can do. I'm just writhing in pain, just fucking suffering, essentially. I don't have a cough or anything. I just know that I have a fever. I don't have a headache. I just know I have a fever and my body is hurting so bad. So, long story short, I go to this walk-in clinic and get my rapid test. I'm literally like falling in and out of sleep in the waiting room. And then they bring me back. I fall asleep on the table. They swab me. I test positive. And they give me ibuprofen. And literally, like, my mom, Mylena is at work at this point. That's why I have to call my mom. And thankfully, my mom, if you guys know, my mom lives really close to me. And she was at work. And she was able to get off of work to, like, at least just take me to get my test. Because, like, literally, like, it took everything in me to just drive to Kroger, and it was for no fucking reason. So I come back home. They gave me ibuprofen, and honestly, I felt pretty good. Whenever I got back, like this is peak sickness. They gave me ibuprofen, and I felt amazing. And then I'm just laying in bed, drinking water, trying to just sleep as much as I can. If you know what the flu is like, it's really hard to sleep just because you're in so much pain. But, damn, man, let's see. So that was Wednesday. That was my first day with COVID. The next day, I wake up. I'm feeling pretty much the same. Like, there's really no variation Thursday. My chest is hurting a little bit, but, like, and this is also something that I've noticed, too, is, like, everybody who has had COVID, it's almost like um, everyone has like their own experience. Everyone has like their own symptoms, I guess. Like I didn't have a cough. I didn't sneeze. I wasn't congested. I didn't really have a headache. I didn't lose my taste or smell. I was literally just running a fever. By the way, I had a 102 fever, which is very high. Whenever that was getting the test, they did the temperature. I had a 102 fever. I was running a 102 fever for at least 24 hours. And they said that if it continued like 2, 3, 4 days, I would have had to go to the hospital. That wasn't an option. I was not going to let that happen. But it was, I mean, when she said that, I was like, okay, I gotta come with some good vibes. I gotta just keep a positive attitude and just hydrate. But that was the Wednesday 102 fever. Woke up the next day, probably still had a 102 fever, and I was just literally just laying in bed. I knew that I needed to lay in bed and hydrate and just sweat as much as I could. I needed to just sweat this out. And if you know, like, yeah, I know, man. I had a high fever for over 24 hours. But I just knew that I needed to sweat, and I know that I needed to just get this shit out of my body, because whenever your body runs a fever, it's your body's natural response to basically like cook the virus, like get out of my body. Like your body, you got to think it's like a war of cells inside of your body. Your white blood cells and your red blood cells, and your immune system is fighting with these foreign cells, and it's this COVID-19. This isn't just the flu. You know, we've all had the flu before, like, but it's like a completely different foreign substance in your body. And so anyway, Thursday, wake up. I'm still feeling pretty sick. Wednesday and Thursday, I was pretty much sick for 2 days, like sick for 2 days. And then Friday comes, I'm like eating. By the way, my wonderful girlfriend cooked she took great care of me. We had she made me some really good soup. And I want to say this, guys, like, when you get sick, yes, like, this is something that I was just thinking about. Yes, you know, Gatorade and water and ibuprofen is cool and all, but you need to like herbs and spices, herbs and like vegetables and stuff is actually more effective than just taking ibuprofen and drinking Gatorade, because yes, the ibuprofen is going to give you like relief, but ginger and like ginger, turmeric, and garlic is actually going to go in your body and help kill that virus instead of just treating it. But yeah, so pretty much Wednesday, Thursday, fever, writhing in bed, not getting up a lot. Wednesday and Thursday, sick. Friday comes and I'm feeling better, but my chest is like a little tender. And then Saturday, I'm pretty much golden. And then Sunday, I go back to work. So get sick Wednesday, and then I went back to work Sunday. And I've been going to work ever since. If you hear my voice, I'm a little bit congested. I'm still kind of coughing shit up. But it's not like, wow, this is concerning. Mylena did not test positive, which is crazy. She is vaccinated. Tiger Balm, yes. Connor asked if we hit the Tiger Balm, and Tiger Balm helps. Just like natural remedies. You got to think of like these ancient civilizations, like smallpox, yellow fever, and like 100+ years ago, like they didn't have ibuprofen and shit. They had herbs and all this kind of stuff. And but yeah, that's where I've been. I'm good. Guys, you need to take care of yourself. I'm not going to tell you get a vaccine or don't get a vaccine. Just take care of yourself. Yeah, that's really it, guys. Just take good care of yourself. Hydrate. If you do get sick at all, really, just stay in bed. sweat it out and just stay hydrated. This liquid IV helped a lot too. This has lemon, matcha, and ginger. And then, vitamins A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all of them. Really, zinc. So that's where I've been. It felt I knew obviously while I was sick that I wasn't getting any Slightlee daily work done. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, just get better and then go to work so I can, make up for the time I had off a little bit, because unfortunately I didn't have any sick days, but my boss, I do get paid tomorrow. My boss said he threw some hours on there for me, so I have an amazing boss. Shout out to him for that. Bills will be paid. But yeah, I'm back. I'm healthy. I'm going to put this out today, probably. Yeah, so Wednesday sick, Thursday real sick. Friday I was still sick. Obviously couldn't go to work like the third day, and then by that Saturday I was like, I think I'm good. And then Sunday I went back to work. But yes, I'm back. I'm going to try and schedule some cool the thing is like last week was supposed to be, I was going to try and get hopefully 2 big podcasts planned, but Mother Nature decided otherwise, which is okay. And I'm sure a lot of you probably didn't even notice that I went almost 2 weeks. Not even. That's the thing, is it's probably just now. No, matter of fact, it has. It's just tomorrow will be a full week. Like 10 days since I even put anything out. It just felt weird because I'm at least, reposting shit on my stories. Anyway. Yeah, COVID, I mean, like I said, everyone has their own, experience with it. I remember my sister, which she is also a 5'0" girl. It knocked her down. Like, she was in bed 5-6 a week straight, like 6-7 days straight, and knocked her down. And I mean, I'm trying to think. There's a couple other people I know that have gotten it, and I've heard some people were having like really bad abdominal issues, which is very strange, like piercing pain like in their stomach. And that's like really weird because this is supposed to be a, respiratory cough disease, running a fever, like congestion. It's not, the abdominal thing is weird. Like, I don't know. And then some people, they just lost their taste and smell, and like that was it. They just knew they were sick. I still have my taste and smell. Yeah. Now, I guess I want to chat a little bit about this DONDA versus Certified Lover Boy argument. I don't even know what you'd call it. Debate on social media. And I'm gonna try and do this without being the corny white guy, hip hop head guy, because like I know who the fuck am I to give you necessarily like full in-depth analysis of like, but I'm just gonna talk about this as a consumer and just a guy who likes music. I mean, I'll talk about Darius Rucker. I'll talk about anybody really. Foo Fighters. I like music. So Donda came out a week before CLB. As expected, CLB is doing better numbers. Duh. Like Drake is in his Drake is in his prime, and I guess I know that sounds like an obvious statement, but like Drake has shown no signs of like, I don't know about this one, to the fans, to the general public. Like, I don't know what it is or how he does it. He's one of a few artists who have ever been able to like really do this, but there's been, let's see, people, all right, like with Kanye, it's kind of split. Before Donda, a lot of people didn't like the Ye album. A lot of people didn't like his the Jesus albums. It doesn't, if this was 10 years ago, Kanye was in this mode where it was like every single thing he drops is a consensus popular opinion that this is an amazing project and Kanye hasn't missed yet. And Drake right now has the culture, like he knows how to manipulate the culture. He knows how to use the internet, even though it doesn't seem like Drake is really on the internet like that. All right, let me read what Parker said real quick. Donda was a greater piece of art and built for longevity. CLB didn't feel like it had much substance to it. Still some bangers. Yes, still some bangers, but one of those where you listen once and you're good. Donda makes you feel something. Just like Jesus, it'll be looked at as a groundbreaking album. I was getting there, and I inherently agree with this. Let me unpack that. So, I think this is a misconception with the argument. You can't even necessarily compare the two. It's kind of like comparing a Denzel Curry album to like a Young Thug album. They're not even like this. Yes, it's rap, it's hip hop, but like you can't even compare the two projects. Denzel Curry is gonna like show you this is a hip hop album, and Young Thug is like this is a melodic rap R&B-ish album. Drake made a traditional hip hop R&B fused album, what he always does. Kanye, what makes Kanye, and that's what makes Drake great, okay, is he's able to perfect hip hop and R&B and give you just a perfect take on rap, hip hop, and R&B, a fuse of it all in one package. And then what Kanye has always been known for is innovation. A lot of these rappers and artists would not be using auto-tune in the way they do without Kanye or like T-Pain. Like there's no Future. Like how we think, Future is great. And Parker, the episode we did, we talked about the Mount Rushmore of the 2010s. Like, yes, Future's definitely in there, but Kanye was using, and T-Pain laid the blueprint for something like auto-tune. Kanye is able to innovate how people look at music. Like he was talking about Yeezus. Yeezus now, if you listen to Yeezus now, all this hyper pop production shit that's happening right now, like Trippie Redd's whole album and even Whole Lotta Red was like Yeezus was the precursor to that. Kanye made Yeezus and was like, I'm about to take rap and just throw every rule out the window, and I'm about to rap on weird synths and arpeggios and like just weird shit with like in your face drums and with 808s and heartbreaks. No rapper besides like Bone Thugs and Harmony and like maybe like LL Cool J 20-30 years ago who kind of like fused melodic stuff and like rap together. For me personally, I liked Donda more because it was more like, okay, this is like musical. Not to keep repeating myself, but the innovation behind Donda, I think people are gonna listen to Hurricane more than they'll listen to I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt song. Like, yes, the Way Too Sexy song is like really, it's number one right now. It's Future's first number one song. It's cool, but I think that it might be a fad. And I'm not, and like I said, I'm not trying to be corny white hip hop head dude, but like, I don't see people listening. I see more people listening. Let's look at 2022, January, 6 months from now. I think more people are going to go back and listen to Hurricane than they would Way Too Sexy in 6 months. Drake, okay, Parker said, but Drake has more of a hold on pop culture right now, so people are just going to say Drake is better without considering the art and innovation behind Donda. And yeah, that's kind of, I mean, Parker said it the best, honestly, in a more confined way. Drake is just cool as shit. He's cool as fuck. And Kanye isn't cool anymore. So that makes Certified Lover Boy means that Certified Lover Boy is going to be more popular because Drake is cool right now. People don't like Kanye right now. He's canceled, or he's just not cool anymore. I mean, I don't know why. And I mean, yeah, it's not cool to like Kanye right now. And I mean, and honestly, I think what that tells us is like, it's not even necessarily, it's never really been about the music. It's kind of been about the brand always. Like if we could, like, why do we like to watch superhero movies, I guess? Because like we kind of want to be Luke Skywalker, I guess. I don't know. I mean, but personally, I didn't physically do this, but I was really thinking about this. Where in Drake's discography, where are we ranking CLB? And in Kanye's discography, where are we ranking Donda? I don't feel like this is going to be too high on Drake's discography. I think it'll be probably middle of the pack. It's not better than Take Care. It's probably not better than So Far Gone. Like, and then I mean, with Kanye, I mean, he does also have a whole lot of music, and a lot of his albums you can't even like really rank them because they're totally different pieces of work. Let's see. I think Views was better than this album. I think Take Care was better than CLB. So Far Gone. I don't know. He has so much amazing work too, but like, I just don't like when Scorpion came out. People were like, "Damn, this is probably his best project he put out in a few albums." I don't necessarily feel that with CLB. I do think that this is Kanye's best album. Now, honestly, this is kind of what it comes down to. Is Donda better than The Life of Pablo? And I don't know. I think it might be a little too early. Parker said it might be his worst album. I mean, I'm just saying, I love Drake. Drake was my most listened to artist last year on Apple Music. I love Drake. It's just whenever you hear a Drake album, you're usually gonna be like, man, I'll play that again in the car and again and again and again. I haven't necessarily felt that with this song, with this album, and I'm not saying that it's trash. Like, I'm not here to be like, this album was trash because of this song. Like, who the fuck am I? But like, I just think it's a very interesting debate going on Twitter and Instagram and shit. It's like, Drake is cool right now, so CLB in the second week sold 200K. That's so people aren't doing that anymore, like, at all, especially in the second week. I don't know. I liked Donda. I feel like there's some songs on there that aren't even considered hip hop, like No Child Left Behind, Moon. Hurricane. Like, these are songs I can legitimately say would be, you could probably put those in Kanye's top 50 ever. And he has a lot of music. Tell me what song from CLB would go in like top 50 Drake songs. Like right now, the song is Way Too Sexy. And dude, it's cool now. He knows how to do it. You know, he knows how to be relevant, and he knows how to get people talking about him. And he got Kawhi Leonard in a music video. I mean, come on. Well, I'm going to stop talking about that. I don't know. I haven't really had a chance to talk to anybody about this shit because, I don't know, I've just been moving so much in the last couple weeks, but I liked Donda more, and yes, I am more of a Kanye fan, but let's say 2018 happened. Scorpion came out at the same time as Ye. Scorpion was way better than Ye. I don't know what, Kanye was in this manic phase, and he was like going crazy on Twitter and shit. Ye is probably Kanye's worst album. I'm not scared to admit that. I like some of the songs, but in the ranking of his discography, it's down there, and I feel like, I don't know, and I feel like some people think that like Drake just threw some shit together, but really, this album was supposed to come out in January. So it's not like he just threw some shit together. Like, at least some of this shit was like in the vault for a year or two. Man. Let's see. I was going to talk a little bit about football, but college, we know who's Alabama. Like, we know. We kind of know. I think Georgia. Actually, this is what I'll talk about with college football. Georgia ain't playing this year. Shout out to my cousin Braxton, because Braxton is the biggest Georgia fan I know, and every year he gets his heart ripped out of his chest. But this Georgia team, they look pretty damn good, and I know they played UAB last week. But the Clemson game, that defense looks phenomenal. And I don't know if they play each other this year in the regular season. I did not prepare necessarily for this, but I don't know if they play each other in the regular season, but more than likely they'll play in the SEC championship, and I hope that they are both undefeated. The Titans looked fucking awful against the Cardinals. We knew that the Cardinals were going to be good. We knew the Cardinals were good. I think that the NFC West is stacked. Obviously the Rams, because of Stafford and their defense, they're NFC contenders. You've got the Seahawks. They're always in it. And then, who else we got out there? The Cardinals. And then the 49ers pulled out a win. Literally the whole NFC West dominated. Besides, the Colts beat the Seahawks, but I don't even know what to say about that Titans game. We were so worried about the defense all off-season and shit, and then the offense looked horrible. John Jones's brother, I think this is funny. I don't know if anybody knows this, but John Jones's brother is Chandler Jones for the UFC legend John Jones. His little brother Chandler Jones is the one who had 5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles against the Titans. I don't know how a family can be that genetically blessed, but goddamn, he made the Titans. He made Taylor Lewan look like middle school JV. Let's see who else really impressed was. Let's see, the Saints looked amazing. Jameis Winston looks like Joe Montana against the Packers. Let's see, who else looked really good. Personally, that Monday night game, A lot of people are saying that that was the game of the week, and I get it because it was overtime and just the back and forth. But I don't know what it was. That Dallas Tampa Bay game to me was infinitely more entertaining, and I don't really know why. But I guess just watching Dak and Tom Brady basically just duel it out, just sling that ball like 100 times combined, was way more entertaining. Because, like, honestly, Baltimore choked that game away. They should have won, personally. I mean, they have the better team. The Raiders were at home. Baltimore doesn't have a running back. All of their running backs tore their ACLs and blew their knees out. Yeah, he is on. Parker said, Eric said Chandler Jones is on pace to have 84 sacks this season. What did my trainer say? He just said to be prepared. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot. I just wanted to get back in here and dust the cobwebs off. I'm going to get some more Instagram highlight clips. I want to do, I think if I can get good at this sports betting thing, which is weird because me and Parker were texting about this earlier. If I can get good at this sports betting thing, and I would give you people free picks. If I could get them and nail them, like get it at a pretty good rate. I'm gonna have to incorporate that more in the podcast so I can like give you guys like at least like a weekly parlay. Cause like, yeah, it's gambling, yeah, but I mean, for us sports people out there, like I'm gonna watch the game either way, whether I'm putting money on it or not. Just putting that $5 parlay on there just makes it even more interesting. It makes you honestly not even want to leave the house. Or if you leave the house, you're going to a restaurant or the bar to watch the game instead of just getting fucked up out of your ass and just, being a degenerate. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Hopefully the algorithm will treat me nice. I know that whenever I posted stories for the first time a couple of days ago, I had like 105 of you accounts watch my stories. So that was nice. I appreciate everyone who reached out. Take care of yourself. I have to work all weekend, which stinks, but it is what it is. I got to cover some ground. Yeah, just stay tuned. Watch my stories. I'm going to be posting some more polls, and after I get this edited, I'm going to try and get a couple episodes clipped out. Follow me, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate Parker for staying in the IG Live. I wanted to switch up and sit at my desk today with my back to the desk so you can see the sign. I know you guys missed the sign with the new setup. On the couch, I don't have anything on the walls, which is fine because it's the living room. Yeah, guys, this is episode something. I don't know. I just wanted to get back in here, tap in with you guys, let you know my experience with COVID. COVID's no joke, but if you're healthy, then you have nothing to worry about. If you're not healthy, then you should probably do that.